More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
And they've done a nice job here offensively to establish a rhythm and a pace to this game.
And I like that they're finding ways to score, playing well here, Steve.
The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Irving is out there with Smith. And it's Mozgov in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And LeBron asked who would be on his Mount Rushmore of NBA greats, Steve. He went with Larry, he went with Michael Jordan, and Oscar Robertson.
Well, you got to feel like he probably can sort of associate himself with the Big O. You know, the big body, the strength, the versatility. That's what Oscar was all about. That's what LeBron is all about. So nice to see LeBron's recognition of that era of the NBA.
Hard to argue with those selections. He also said he better be up there too, and I would agree with that.
Waiters gets a wide open look. Connects on the 17-footer. Waiters got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Thunder. Back to James. The 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 15 points for LeBron.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Here's where Oklahoma City sits in the NBA statistical standings right now. First in rebounding, second in second chance points. And the fast break points have come in bunches for them. Bushel baskets full. They're among the top 5 teams at scoring in transition.
And probably what impresses me the most, Clark, out of all those stats you're talking about is the rebounds per game, because this is a team that has become very physical. They'll put a body on you, and they'll really dominate the paint if you don't stand up to the task and really attack them back.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And Augustine kicks to Waiters. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Gentlemen, Kevin Durant, the reigning league MVP, and his coach can't say enough about him. Scott Brooks said, whatever you say nice, you can print it out, and I'll just say I said it, because it's true. He's as coachable as any player I've ever been around in this league, as a player and as a coach. Guys, Durant is simply a coach's dream.
He sets the tone with his work ethic and dedication to his teammates, Doris. Thanks. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for McGarry. Singler comes in for Dion Waiters. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Augustine. And the Cavaliers call time here.
Russell Westbrook, one of the best success stories when it comes to converting a scoring guard to playing the point. But it's his overall talent that's made him successful. His will, his competitiveness, and his incredible athleticism.
Thunder trailing by 6. Singler misses the 3. LeBron dishes to Smith. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
And Westbrook is a phenomenal rebounder and scorer at the point guard position. He gets steals. He really is one of the stat sheet stuffer supreme guys in the league. That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But I'll tell you, the pass was even better. He put it on an absolute platter for him.
And finished off by LeBron.
They've had the hotter hand in the first half so far, no question.
Yeah, it's because of all the high percentage shots they've been working for and getting.
And Westbrook every season among the league leaders, Steve, in assists, but also, unfortunately, in turnovers.
Well, with his scoring burden, you know, that's to be expected, but it's definitely an area he can continue to improve.
to the right side. Singler passes to Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. Morrill kicks to Westbrook. Shoots a 3. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 15-4 run. James with it. Can't recover. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That is his first foul of the game. Iman Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop.
Shot clock is off. This should be the last possession of the quarter.
That's what they should have in mind here.
And Singler kicks to Morrow. Off target from three-point range. Here's Mozgov. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. 22 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Russell Westbrook out there with Anthony Morrow. And then there's Steven Adams. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Waiters in the 3.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. As some people would say, what about you?
Well, you know, it's hard to say ever, but Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. And I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like how you mentioned Rose, because I would agree, and that's a great way to kind of figure out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
They played a very physical game the last time they got together, and it had a lot to do with them coming away empty. There were just too many key players in foul trouble by the time the fourth quarter came around.
James checked in for Sean Marion. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does. And Clark, Steve just touched on it. There are some players they can't afford to be missing late in games, and that's what happened last time these two teams met.
And you know what, guys? To avoid that this time around, you've got to turn the heat down a little bit on the aggressiveness. Idle it down just a notch, because if you don't, an opponent can make that work against you.
And a wide-open look for Irving. That 3 off the mark.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. And now that we have a second, let's take a look at the job these point guards have been doing since the All-Star break. Tremendous assist numbers you see right there. Russell Westbrook is second.
These are the best passers in the NBA, guys, no question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is clicking.
And, Steve, you touched on it there. I mean, they're fantastic distributors. But it's not just their passing that makes them great. I mean, it's their leadership on the court. Even when the ball's not in their hands, their leadership is fantastic.
And the Thunder making a change here. Ziegler's checked in. Steps back and fires. A nice shot by Irving. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, boy, I love watching this guy play. He just lives and breathes the game. Loves to be out on the floor with his guys.
And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by James. 15 points for J.R. Smith.
Well, LeBron said last season that he just couldn't see leaving the Heat. But I guess he came around. The championship foundation in Miami, but some cracks started to show, and now he's back in Cleveland.
Thunder trailing by 17. And now a fast break for the Thunder.
Yeah, and he had to get that shot off quickly because the defense was all over.
Yeah, that's the key, Steve. The quick trigger. Any hesitation, and that shot gets blocked.
And the Cavaliers call time here. A different look for Oklahoma City. Jones comes in for Kyle Singler. And it's Lamb in there for Dion Waiters. Irving attacking. Steps back and shoots. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Augustine with the steal. Here's Lamb. The three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 16. James wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark.
The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Uncovered. Lamb, good. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. LeBron shot is off.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Now here's Love, averaging 16 points a game. Here's LeBron, and no good trying to get that one.
I'm a baker's man. I bake them cakes as fast as I can, and you can tell by how my bread stack up in the
Thunder trailing by 14. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. J.R. Smith out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Mozgov in at the 5 roaming the paint. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Oklahoma City called for the foul. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break.
Westbrook dishes to Morrow. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Here's Irving. James outside. Cranes the three-pointer. LeBron's got 25 points in the game.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
On the wing, Singler. Westbrook kicks to Morrow. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes